Brad, good morning. What's the weather doing in New South Wales?
Yeah, good morning. It looks lovely at the moment. The sun is shining, so the first day of spring, and hopefully the weather can stay this way. You did touch on the rail position there. I think you can be fooled into thinking 10 metres, Randwick probably suggests on pace, but history actually shows that it's a very even track when the rail gets out to 10, so don't let that put you off if you like one of these back markers on what looks a really deep card of racing.
Okay, that's really good information about the rail there. Let's kick off with the tramway, Brad. We're getting to race number 6 on the card. La Remain $2.60 with our market here in New Zealand. And our old friend Tom Melbourne, under 55 kilos, returns to the races at $6.50.
Yeah, could have been a day for old Tommy. He's probably going to run second and uphold his reputation. He did trial particularly well, though. We are going to have a look at the replay of the Missile Stakes, and that's to highlight the run of Lanciano. He's a horse that doesn't normally fire fresh, and his second up record is 3 from 3, so undefeated. This is the race that Mark Newnham has kind of pinned down for him all preparation, so he looks like a really big hope here. We know his pattern. He gets back and runs on, so you certainly factor that in when taking a price, but he's airborne at the moment, so I'm happy to play his way. Danger does look to be at the top. La Remain is a really classy animal, and we saw how well he returned in the show county. Of course, we're going to go without Pierata, who was scratched last night due to a little setback he had. He was just mildly lame, so he's probably going to be sent down to Melbourne. So hopefully he can still bounce back from that. But as far as the tip in the race goes, I think Lanciano is the way to play it.
Okay, it's $6 and $2.15 with us here, Brad, in New Zealand, race number 6 on the card. Over we go to race number 8 at Randwick, and this one here sees the running of the Darley Furious Stakes over 1,200 metres, scratching runner number 6. Miss Fabulous here, Brad, has come up the favourite for Kieran McAvoy, and what shapes to be a loose market at this stage. $4.20 is our price off the back of its very good first up win.
Yeah, it was a good win. It was only a field of 3 there, but it showed a bit of versatility because we've only seen it once prior to that, and it got back to last from a wide gate as a 2-year-old and ran home in what was the fastest last 600 metre splits of the entire day, which is pretty outstanding given she was a 2-year-old filly on debut. She came out to Canterbury. We didn't learn a great deal there because it was only a field of 3 and she led them up and dictated for the front and then dashed home. But at least we know she's returned in good order. And I think a saying that I like to throw into these kind of races is you only get to back a horse once going through the grades. And I think that's certainly evident with her. She's a really, really sharp filly, and she's got the breeding on her side. Frankel Samantha Miss, and we know Samantha Miss actually won this race a decade ago before taking out the T Rose in the Flight Stakes. And I see this filly being on a very similar trajectory, so I want to be with her. I know that she has drifted a little bit in the market, so maybe we do wait and we'll get even better than $4.20, but I think she's the way to play in the race. She'll probably settle midfield. You've got Kieran McAvoy riding. She'll just tuck in behind what looks an okay speed, and hopefully we see her class shine through at the end. But it does look a really good addition to the Furious Stakes, but Miss Fabulous, race 8, number 12, is the one that I want to be with.
Okay, the daughter of Frankel and from a very much informed stable of Chris Lees. They just seem to be flying at the moment there in Sydney. One of the races of the day, Brad, could be the match race between Red Zell and Invincible Star in race number 5 on the card. We've got 170 Red Zell with the pull in the weights Invincible Star, $2.45. What are your thoughts on the two prices put up for Red Zell and Invincible Star?
Yeah, I think the prices are right. It's a really fascinating race. It's funny, everyone talks about it as a match race. What are the chances of something else coming out and blasting them? But in saying that, this is a race that's going to shape the Everest, which of course we know is to be run there in October 13. And these two are hard in the market. Red Zell, of course, is your defending champion, $6 with New Zealand tab at the moment, second favourite behind Trapeze Artist. Invincible Star is $15, and I think a lot of people just want to see where she measures up here. This is real D-Day for her in terms of the genuine chance of winning a race like the Everest, because if she can't beat Red Zell here, under these circumstances, 4 kilo swing and 1,000 metres, she probably never will. But at the odds, I'm actually in her corner. She trialled up, she won by 10 lengths. She's a really, really fast filly, and I know Red Zell is the hardened sprinting warrior, but Invincible Star does have some runs on the board herself. She ran second in the Coolmore Stud Stakes behind Merchant Navy, and we've seen that horse go over and win overseas. So the runs are on the board for her too. I'm just hoping that she can show it today and give Red Zell a little bit of a run for his money out in front. So I think she'll be mighty hard to run down.
Option 1191 is our market for the Everest. $4.50 Trapeze Artist, $6 for Red Zell and Vega Magic. Option 1191. 10th of October, that does close. tab.co.nz. Brad, since we've had a look at a couple of races, time now for you to give us your best bets of the afternoon from Randwick.
Yeah, the best bet is Miss Fabulous. We touched on her in the Furious Stakes. I just want to be with her all the way through this spring because I think we're waiting for one of these fillies to really jump out of the ground and announce herself as the dominant filly. And I'm hoping that today is going to be the day that Miss Fabulous does that. So fingers crossed. I think Lanciato is also a good bet there in the Tramway Stakes. So they're the two I'll be playing. If you're going for the Chelmsford, I think Unforgotten is well found in the market. But she's a really good mare, and as we know, she jumped out of the ground as a filly. She won the ATC Oaks, and she returned in really good order behind Wink Stakes. So if you're looking at that race 2, the Chelmsford, that's race 7. You might want to have a play on the 15, Unforgotten.
Brad, enjoy your day there in Sydney, and thanks so much for your time here this morning on the Punters Lounge.